Greetings, everyone. Core here, back again for another midnight review. Well, movie review, I should say. Granted, this is a midnight one, actually, unlike last week's. And today, I went to go see Captain America. Of course, I do have a collection of pops. I do like Marvel the most. Of course, I had to get Captain America, as long as with a few other ones that you'll probably see later on in some movie reviews that I'll have. Or later on in my room showing off. But as of right now, talk about Captain America 2, The Winter Soldier, which it's a pretty awesome movie. I mean, it's a little sad because, for one, I saw the Raid 2 last week, and that kind of overloaded me on violence, action, fighting, and stuff like that. But Captain America really, it made Captain America feel like Captain America. I mean, granted, Captain America, the first one, the first Avenger movie, was good. It was really good. But, he didn't quite feel like Captain America. I guess that makes sense because, he is barely Captain America at that time. And even in the Avengers movie, he still, you know, felt like Captain America, but not, he's portrayed it a lot, like in the animated shows, especially like Ultimate Spider-Man, Earth Minus Heroes and stuff like that. Where this one, it shows, Captain America that's been trained more, and he could really diagnose, a lot of scenes, what to expect, how to break it down, how to, you know, take out enemies the fastest and most easiest and less, noisy ways. So it really shows off Captain America as being Captain America, which, the first one, of course, it's when he barely turned Captain America, but this one really shows, the Captain America that everyone knows from comics, from shows, from movies, from TV shows, and all that stuff. So it's really nice to see that. And, the Winter Soldier is a great, villain, I guess you could say villain. Trying not to spoil too much because I do want people to see this. Captain America does deserve the attention just like all the other superhero movies. And this one is a really good one. It's pretty grand. I mean, I like where it's going. Marvel, they're keeping the continuity. There's little hints and little, comic book nerd drops and all that stuff here and there. A couple name drops, which were pretty interesting, which you'll probably catch them. Uh, Hopefully you catch them, which is actually kind of promising for later on. Probably after Avengers 2, there's going to be some interesting movies coming out that are not like the others. But yeah, so Captain America 2 was a great movie. I do highly recommend it. The action is really good. The pacing is really good. There's a couple scenes that do get a little serious, and it's like, ooh, like they kind of tug at the heartstrings a little bit, which is interesting. To actually have a comic book movie. I mean, granted, comic book movies have gone, a long way since, the 80s or 70s, even before that. They've really gone, like the Dark Knight series could show you how dark and gritty, the comic books could be, where, you have other movies like Iron Man or Guardians of the Galaxy coming out. If you've seen the trailer for that, they're pretty lighthearted. Um, they try not to take themselves too seriously, but they still do have some serious moments here and there. Um, Even the Hulk movies, I guess you could say, has a little lightheartedness every now and then, but or Thor. I mean, Thor has a lot more, lightheartedness, especially the second one with Loki and stuff like that, where it's kind of like, you know, they're taking themselves seriously, but then again, they know their mythology and stuff like that, so they're not taking it quite too seriously. But yeah, Captain America was a really good movie. It's definitely worth, you know, whatever you're gonna spend for it. Which midnight showings are always full price, so I spent 11.25, well 12.75 because I bought my ticket online because I didn't have a chance to go down there and buy it. But yeah, so it's definitely a good movie. There's little hints. Of course, there are end credit. Well, mid end credit. So after the fancy end credits, there's a little after thing, which is pretty cool because it leads into the next movies and stuff like that. And then there's at the very end, there's another little end credit one, which is not as important as the others, I should say. I mean, it's nice to have. It's definitely important to the Captain America, universe and that storyline and stuff like that. But it's not as important to the bigger picture. Well, I guess it could be. I mean, if you read the Captain America books and stuff like that, you'll know what's going on. I mean, the Winter Soldier, you know what happens there, and you know what's going to happen later on. Which from what I've been hearing about the actors playing Captain America, Chris Evans, it seems it may go that way. I mean, this movie doesn't. It hits a little here and there for a few scenes, but it might. You know, if you read anything about what's going on with the characters and how many movies they're signing on for, it's pretty interesting. And I like this one. I was gonna say without spoiling too much. I don't really want to say too much. Oh yeah, Hawk was pretty badass. It would have been nice if he had a little more screen time, but I think he had enough to really show that he's a competent soldier. He can really handle himself. He could fight. The glider that he has is pretty awesome. Scarlet Witch is a little more in depth to her, like who she is, a little, not too much. So that's pretty good too. It's kind of sad that Hawkeye wasn't in it. 'Cause I feel like he lends himself to Captain America more because of Shield and all that stuff than any of the other superheroes. But whatever. I mean, I guess he would have gotten away with the whole thing with Captain America and Scarlet Witch kind of doing, their thing, trying to figure out what's going on. The fight scenes were really good. Captain America's superpowers really showed off here and there. Uh, it was really smooth. I mean, it's impressive what graphics and stuff have gone through since the first Spider-Man movie. It's flawless pretty much. So yeah, it's a very enjoyable movie. Definitely go see it. Um, Highly recommend it. Try to see it. It's if you see it, that's gonna help out for the other Marvel movies. So then there'll be a better Captain America 3, and then hopefully more after that. And so it looks like looking at my little uh, Flickster app. Not endorsing. I'm just saying I use it. Uh, the next movie that it looks like I'm really going to see, which would be another superhero movie, will be Spider-Man 2. So unless some magical movie comes out where it interests me, I get interested enough to see it, then I'll probably make another video. But most likely, you probably won't see me for another month. Because that's going to be May 2nd, so that's when I'll have the video out early in the morning, because I'll be seeing it May 1st. May, I am looking very forward to, because May 2nd is Spider-Man. Granted, the next week or something, but May 16th is going to be a big one for me. Godzilla's back, pretty much. After 10 years hiatus, Godzilla is back, and it looks pretty awesome. And I'm really looking forward to that. That may be my favorite movie this year. Granted, there are some really good movies coming out, because the next week after that is X-Men: Days of Future Past. So, really looking forward to that. And there's really nothing else in May. I mean, I may do one for Maleficent. I totally mispronounced that. The Snow White movie with Angelina Jolie. Or A Million Ways to Die in the West. Kind of iffy on that. And then, of course, June. There's other movies and stuff like that. But that'll be for next month, for my next video. I'll have a little bit more set schedule for this. Hopefully soon. I'll probably load that up maybe in a week or two. What my schedule will be for movies. Granted, it is always tentative. And, stuff does happen. So, until next time, guys. Later.